Hi, it's Lisa from Real and Raw with Lisa and Frank. I think it's episode 5. Today the weather's been so beautiful. We played tennis. Frank went for a run. But we've both been feeling a little under the weather. That flu's going around. So there's going to be no pork tonight. Tonight there's going to be chicken piccata.
No what? Pork?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you like that?
That's good.
Okay, good. And so we're going to cut this chicken in half, the chicken breast, so we don't have to pound it too much. And we're not going to bread this. Normally you do it in egg, flour, whatever. We're not going to do that. We're both.
Why not?
Because there's really no reason to. It's cleaner tasting this way, and less fattening and less heavy.
Okay.
So, but you see, I have 3 pans going here. We have leftover potatoes from last night that Frank made with some rosemary and garlic. It just makes the simplest things. I love it. So that's going to be cooking in that pan. So the key is multitasking. When you're really wanting to eat and you're starving like I am right now, we had to wait till the sun went down so that I wouldn't look awful in this ridiculous light. And I'm really hungry. So while all that's heating up, I'm going to take these breasts and cover them in plastic and use the cleaver because we don't have a meat thingy. Pound them down, flat side. Here, I'll just do this. They're going to be really, by the way, try not to do that on the, the inside of the chopping block. Otherwise, you're going to end up hurting your thumb. And that's not going to feel very good. So you can probably do this 2 at a time. And the reason for the plastic is so you don't splatter raw chicken juice all over the kitchen.
Oh, I just got some.
Oh, shut up. You did not.
Oh.
Because that's just really disgusting, so you don't really want to do that. So the pans probably are getting nice and hot at the moment. But I am going to turn the veggie one down right now because that's going to be the last thing I do. So I'm going to season the chicken with salt and pepper. Don't you like the way I season chicken? It's all over the place. And we're going to put it in the cast iron skillet. As you all know by now, truly my favorite cooking tool. I'm going to add the potatoes now to the oil. Make some space. Don't be afraid to put your hand in the pan. As long as you're not touching the bottom of the pan, you're not going to get hurt. We're going to wash this off quickly. Dry it. And then I'm going to get another knife and try to rip this as fast as possible. So I already have my broccoli flowerets. I've got my zucchini. I cut that in half yesterday because I was going to make stuffed zucchini with ground meat, but I don't know, it just didn't sound good to me for some reason. So instead we had a bolognese with vegetables, but no tomato sauce. It's Lisa's bolognese. It's super simple. And then we're going to take these onions, we're going to throw them in the pan. Just like that. Red onions, always. I can eat these raw. I could probably eat an onion sandwich if I really felt like it, but probably not going to happen. We're going to turn this down just a little bit. Copper, as we talked about before, conducts heat much faster and much quicker than Teflon or anything like that. I'm going to add a little bit, I know Frank added some salt to this, but sorry baby, but it needed some more salt. Oh man, can you believe this? This is the epic thing we go through all the time. At least we got to turn the fan on. So Frank's going to turn it on for me. Apartment living is just, lovely. Anyway, so it wasn't so bad actually. So now we're going to add the zucchini and the broccoli, and I was going to add peppers to this, but I don't know. What do you think?
I think so.
Huh?
Yeah.
All right. So now I'm going to turn the chicken over. I'm going to turn those potatoes off. And I'm going to add a little bit of butter to that. And normally, what you do with the piccata is you add white wine. Since we don't have any, I'm going to use mirin. It's a seasoned rice wine. It's actually got alcohol in it. It's really good. I use it to deglaze quite a few things. And if you didn't have your potatoes ready for this, then you could use like an orzo or something. You know, leftovers really aren't a pain. Sometimes they taste better the next day. But yeah, the key to not getting the flu is to not eat pork. That's what Frank told me the other day. As long as we all eat healthy and well, I think we're all going to be just fine. This is a little freaky though, you have to admit. Alright, so this chicken is not ready yet. No, it feels like it. See, you gotta feel. If it feels like tight, then it's probably ready. Well, besides, we gotta make a little sauce for the pot first. So I'm gonna take the chicken out. I'm gonna take the mirin. I'm gonna pour a little bit in there. That's called deglazing, which means to pull the juices in from whatever was cooking in the pan before you added the liquid. And then some lemon. And capers. Don't use the caper juice, it's kind of gross. I mean, for certain things like for the carpaccio or something like that, that's fine, but not for this. And while that's reducing, hopefully the sauce is getting a little bit brown. See? Hopefully. So we're going to let that reduce down pretty far, so that when we do that, we can add just a little bit more mirin. See, making sauces, you know, and they call it, when you go to a restaurant and you want to become a saucier, which is seem like, it's not really a sous chef, but it's similar. But this is what you have to learn how to do. You got to learn how to make sauces a la minute. You got to learn how to make them so they can stay in a bain-marie without breaking, which bain-marie means for a sauce to sit in a vessel in a water bath. That is a bain-marie. And that's how restaurants mostly do it, because most of the time there is no time to make a sauce at the last minute. I'm going to season that, salt and pepper. See, have you noticed I don't use really that many complicated things in seasoning? Because you know you can easily disguise something really awful with all kinds of stuff. So simplicity is the key to really good cooking. And don't let this butter frighten you, really. It's not that scary. Because just think about it this way. If you decided to stop at McDonald's because you were too damn lazy to bring something from home, you got more fat in that burger today than you can possibly even imagine. Obesity just isn't necessary. Anyway, so there's my sauce, and oh man, you know that mirin gives it a little bit of a sweet aftertaste. That's why. Oh, it's really. We're going to dump the chicken back in there so we can coat this baby really nicely. Now see, there was no need for flour. So if you were going to have flour in this beautiful dish, then it would become more like a gravy. And gravy is like muy passe. Alright, so here is our lovely dinner that I'm going to savor after we're done. And take a look. So you're going to put two these beautiful breasts with that lovely sauce on the plate, and then you're going to put your vegetables. You can pick any vegetables, but since it's sort of Italian, veal piccata, we're going to add these vegetables and these beautiful roasted potatoes from last night. And then we have dinner. Bon appetit.